Yeah. Currently, cardiovascular diseases is the number one cause of death in the world. 1 in 3 adults over the age of 40 suffer from hypertension, cholesterol, or diabetes. This is a global epidemic affecting more than 400 million people worldwide. And every year, despite spending $33,000 a year on these conditions, it still remains a root cause of skin disease, kidney disease, is a leading cause of heart attack and the leading cause of death. The current clinical care system is just focused on secondary prevention. It only activates after the patients have had significant deterioration in symptoms, such as very high blood pressure. And the doctors, unfortunately, are given very little training in medical school on nutrition. And because they are very limited in time, to about 15 minutes per visit, they end up prescribing medication. When patients complain of side effects, they're given even more medication. In a given day, a patient might have up to 12 drugs. And ultimately, they just feel trapped in this endless cycle of medication on medication. When patients look for more natural solutions, such as nutritional solutions, they are given very generic guidelines, such as the basis being just 2,000 calories a day, as if that was applicable for everybody. When they approach dietitians, they give very generic recommendations, such as have more fruits or vegetables, or they might just focus on a single nutrient, such as protein, while ignoring the adverse effects on cholesterol or blood sugar. What patients really need is a personalized solution based on their sex, based on their age, and based on their dietary preferences. I know these problems firsthand because my mom is one of these cardiovascular disease patients. And I created a personalized solution for her. This uses artificial intelligence to incorporate all dietary and exercise preferences. We start off by taking clinical markers, such as blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood sugar levels, and nutritional intake to figure out where patients are excessing and what they're deficient in. Then we figure out what foods are most suited for them so that they can reduce the nutrients where they're excess and fill up their deficiencies. And finally, we use artificial intelligence to incorporate their dietary preferences so that they get exactly the amount of food that they need. Our platform incorporates all dietary preferences, such as having meat, seafood, vegetarian, or vegan. Our research is completely based on clinical medical research, based on clinical trials of more than 5,000 people, published in more than 100 peer-reviewed journals, and have had demonstrated clinical efficacy of more than 71% of people getting off medication and to 9% seeing significant reduction. Our platform starts with a clinical report. Patients self-report macro measurements and clinical reports such as blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar levels. This is fed into our system where we can individually tell where they are clinically excessive and where they're deficient in. Then we take their nutritional diary, have them record their food for about 2 weeks. Everything they've eaten and drunk from breakfast to dinner is recorded. It goes into our system, and then we are the only company which can individually customize and report which 13 macros, 13 vitamin, and 18 mineral targets they're excess and deficient in. No other physician, dietitian, nutritionist, or nutritional company can give these targets which we can. This is why we have had the highest efficacy. Our recommendations start off very easy. We might ask the patient for if they're having coffee with sugar, or if they're having 2 glasses of wine, then we have them change make simple changes. So instead of having sugar, you might suggest a sugar substitute. Instead of having 2 glasses of wine, you might say 1 glass of wine. And then gradually we start adding nutraceuticals, such as the healthy cereal, milk, some seeds, nuts, fruits. And then eventually we go down the list to more complex changes, to ultimately weekly meal preps. The idea really is to have a complete lifestyle change with the healthiest lifestyle. We also look at exercises, so we'll take input from heart rate monitors such as Garmin, Fitbit, or any other heart rate monitor. It goes through our platform, and then we figure out if the patient is exercising in all the different heart rate zones. And if not, we encourage them to gradually build up their cardio endurance so that they can. To ensure compliance, because this is a lifestyle service, we have regular reminders every day, every few hours. We recommend we have reminders for patients to exercise, to eat healthy, to meditate, to also do intermittent fasting, and also sleep. This is followed by weekly consults for about 15 minutes. And finally, we have quarterly blood tests, which is simple cholesterol and blood sugar, which is very commonly available across the world. For our patients, they have had very steady improvement across the board on all markers. They've had a steady weight reduction, body fat, and all improvement across the board on clinical markers. Just because they got off medication doesn't mean our patients stopped our platform. They actually continued all the way to reducing the body fat down to 8.4%, which is a competitive athlete level performance. This is also followed up by having clinical markers such as cholesterol panel, which means a level of 1.77 is extremely low risk of cardiovascular disease. End result is that they have gotten off medication in 3 to 6 months. It is completely patient-driven pace. For the athletes, and specifically competitive indoor cyclists, they saw a reduction in resting heart rate, an improvement in cardio recovery, and an improvement in average heart rate. This has been benchmarked against other competitors such as marathon runners and Ironman and indoor cycling contests, and you can see they absolutely destroy them. They even challenge Olympic gold medalists for these competitions. And this was a patient-driven pace about 6 months, which is well accomplished. For our target market, we are targeting cardiovascular disease patients to start, because they can start seeing improvements in just a few weeks. So currently in America, there are about 4 million blood pressure and cholesterol patients, which is expected to grow to 10 million. Unfortunately, this is a global problem because people are making poorer lifestyle choices. And then we expect to increase it to diabetic patients and eventually make it a part of everyone's lifestyle to pre-diabetic patients as well, which is a 20-time larger market. For our revenue model, currently it is offered as a telemedicine service, so we charge about $30 a consult, but we are pivoting to a B2B model where it will be offered as a software as a medical device. So we will charge the employers or the healthcare providers 20% of cost savings. Even with that, the healthcare providers are saving up to 78% of their current costs, and we see an annual revenue of anywhere between $1 to $4 billion. We also expect to expand to licensing models, so partnering with food prep services and restaurant guides for providing our logo for picking the healthiest foods. Current competition, these solutions have been tried in the past. Unfortunately, they have not been very successful because only we, for the first time, have been able to individually personalize this lifestyle. And because we can individually customize nutrient targets and have identified 100 superfoods and nutraceuticals, we can make our solutions extremely targeted. By balancing 11 hormones in the satiation circuit, our recommendations are extremely specific. So patients have zero doubt as what to do. And because of that, our compliance rate is about 4 to 5 times higher than competition. And then the result is a reduction or elimination of medication in 3 to 6 months. Currently, we're in the process of raising about $3 million for conducting clinical trials and also establishing software as a medical device designation with FDA. So far, I have bootstrapped the company, but we are looking in China for partners to do clinical trials so we can show efficacy even on the Chinese population. And then, once we have it, because it is a pure software, it is a highly profitable business, we expect to grow our revenues exponentially. Testimonials have been just amazing from both cardiovascular disease patients and also competitive athletes. Women in particular love our platform because they see an improvement in skin, hair, and nails. So it also has application in the beauty industry. Myself, I did my PhD from the University of Michigan, which is a global top 5 research institution. I've been interviewed in American Scientist magazine and also appeared in Forbes 30 and 30. I'm advised by Emily Reiser at the Texas Medical Center, which is the largest medical center in America. Virginia, who has her MBA from London Business School and has 10 years of experience as a health coach. And Dr. Malad, who has published dozens of papers on diabetes and has treated hundreds of patients as a physician. Well, our company, we have been selected from Plug and Play, which is one of the largest venture capital accelerators in Silicon Valley, one of the top 100 companies in America. Also, My BioGate, which selected us as one of 10 companies to pitch at US-China Bio 2019, which is one of the largest bio conferences in America. And we are partnering with Hope Clinic, and we are also in the global leadership panel of Fight Cancer Global. And if you're wondering about my mom, yep, in 3 months she did get off medication. So my goal is to bring this technology to China and the rest of the world, and I look forward to your support in doing that. Chi Chi.